something before we get to the text tonight. Y'all do know I'm a different kind of guy, right? You do know that I don't do anything conventionally, right? You do know that a pastor has a God-given gift to look at your face and tell when your life ain't right. How does that happen? Because I know you. I know when you wear a smile. I know how you wear a smile. And I can also tell when you're faking. Alright? Don't forget you faced me the whole time. Okay? So I want to talk to you about something that's near and dear to me. And I guess we'll do the subject of friends, maybe. But not really. Because that's more like brotherhood. Because we use this term too loosely. My buddy. Right? I got a friend. I got a pal. A guy I know. We don't say that. We say, my buddy. Really? We're quick to say I love you. We're quick to say I hate you. But we're also quick to claim people we shouldn't be claiming. And so I'm going to talk to you tonight about something that brotherhood, that friendship. So let's pray real quick. If you got a sword with you, I ain't telling you in order. I don't want you flipping. I want you paying attention. You look mad already. We're going to do it. You know what I mean? Father, we just ask you tonight to make that spirit of understanding just to come down into here and make it easy. Easy for me to teach. Easy for us to listen. Because God, everybody in this room, we need the message tonight. And Father, I believe that there are burdens and there are cares, but God, none of it in this room is bigger than you. There is nothing we could name that does not have to get under your feet. Father, I pray that you just bless the reading, the hearing, and the doing of your word in Jesus' name. Amen. Before we go, see, I told you I want you to live it. Calm down. So we'll talk about the Garden of Gethsemane just real quick. So, to lead into that moment, speaking of Terry Terrell, he's got a song he talks about, it's called Every Time He Drove a Nail. You should really look that up if you haven't. I told you before, and you didn't Google it clearly. But the part of this song is that as a little boy, Jesus was a carpenter. And can you imagine every time he hit a hammer on the nail, hearing that sound going, man, I know it's coming. Can you imagine how hard it was to swing that hammer and hear that sound day after day after day, and then stand back and watch your dad over there just beating on a nail and going, oh, that sound, oh my God, that sound. And he started thinking about Gethsemane, he started thinking about Golgotha, he started thinking about the beating, he started thinking about the burden of wearing our sin, and he started thinking about that, and chose to love us anyway. For 33 and some odd years, he drug that burden, our burden, knowing it was our burden, never his, drug it the whole time, and still on the cross, after the beating, he knew it was coming, said, Father, for they know not what they do. Then he said to John, before he died, he said this to his friends, greater love hath no man than this, than to lay down his life for his friends. Jesus and God. God calls us his friend. We are a friend of God. Jesus laid down his life for us. He calls us friend. I wonder how many people you call friend are not really friends. Don't ask me why God gave me this. God gave me this. And I feel like we need to take a look at our acquaintances tonight. The people in our life and how they affect our walk with God. I'm going to start, before I read anything else, by saying this. If somebody in your life walks in and they walk you away from God, they need to go. I don't care who they are. If somebody comes into your life, you say, well, what an acquaintance, what a friend, what a pal. Do you think Satan's going to come and destroy your life? No, he's going to come in as somebody you want. Somebody that, he knows the desires of your heart too, because you can vocalize that. You say, boy, if I just had somebody to hang out with, he'll bring you somebody who hangs out, has a drinking problem, and then you go right back into it. See what I mean? Satan knows what you need too, because you done told people. Right? Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, he looks at Peter and John and James. He said, boys, buddies, my boys, my three amigos, the ones he took everywhere special. Amen? He said, boys, do me a favor. I'm going to go up to this garden, and I am tore up from the floor up in my spirit. I need y'all to pray for me. I got to go do this with me and my daddy. I got to go talk to my daddy. I just need a little while. Just stay awake for me and just be alert and watching. He knew they were coming to get him, see. He said, stay awake and pray for me. Pray for me. I wonder how many people have told somebody, I'm going to be praying for you, and they never did it. Guess what happened to him? Please pray for me. He came back, guess what they were doing? Sleeping. I wonder how many people have slept on their prayers that they promised you. I wonder if that's why you're still in that struggle, because everybody that says, I'll pray for you, ain't doing it. What a friend. You say that statement. You say, I'm going to pray for you. Let me fix it for you. I'm going to fix it for you in your text messaging. I'm going to fix it for you on your phone call. While you're on the phone. If you ever call me and you're going to do something, what I say? Can I pray with you before we get off the phone? How many's ever heard that from my mouth? See what I mean? If you text them and say, I'm going to pray right now. And you name one thing you got going on that's more important than your friend. Don't say, I've been praying for you. Keep on cooking. Right then you ought to go, dear Heavenly Father. You know what them 3 guys should have done? Father God, I don't know what's going on with Jesus, but he looks like he's messed up. He needs help. And I promised I'd pray for him. Instead they slipped. He came back a second time. Still racked out. His friends. So now we know what his friends did for him. Let's see what he did for his friends. How come you're not in Mark chapter 9? Why are you not there? You're acting like I didn't tell you yet. God, I can't take a joke on when you're angry at night. 9 and 14. So we see what he did for his friends. Really, we ought to, that ought to be our mindset. You know, what can I do to bring something good into people's life? What can I do for my friends, my brothers? You know what I mean? You ain't got to die for everybody to show them you love them. But there is no greater way to show that. Are you there? There's no greater way to show that. And that's what if you have a biker's church shirt on, like Terry's wearing. That's what that verse is, John 15:13, on the back of your shirt. Greater love hath no man than this, to lay down his life for his friends. You'll notice on that shirt we have the American soldier represented right there. Our military forces fight and die for freedom. They don't even know your name, and they died for your freedom. Jesus Christ, obviously. So that's why I like to honor both of them with that shirt. So, that in mind, our friends, you said, what in the world does this guy do with friendship? Well, bear with me, won't quit looking mad. We all know you want to rap. And when he came to his disciples, let me fix that. He came back to his friends. Because if you go back up here, Mom, he just told them to take up their cross and follow me. He said, hey, lay all your stuff down, lay your life down, and follow me. He didn't say it would be easy. He said, take up the cross. That's what he said. I don't know about you, but a cross sounds hard to bear. Some people wear crosses, and some people bear crosses. I don't understand what I got to do, Mom. Can you do something? Can you dance around so these people get anything out of them? When he came to his friends, his disciples, he saw a great multitude around them. Some of y'all know what it's like to get in the fight with a whole bunch of your friends. Come on now, where y'all at? Come on, don't be lying. Talking about so-and-so's in the fight in the playground. You show up like you're going to do something. You're just the hype man. What? Do something. There's too many to be good in there, though. He came to a great multitude around them, and his scribes disputing with him. And immediately when they saw him, see that everybody saw Jesus, all the people were greatly amazed. Everybody, the scribes, everybody, his disciples, his friends, and running, well, we wouldn't run to him like the scribes did. And running, greeted him, and he asked the scribes, what are you discussing with them? What you talking to my friends about like that? Why are you yelling at my boys? See how that'll be in the 21st century? Why are you yelling at my boys? What's up? Come at me, bro. You want to throw down? Huh? Get my knife. Yeah, I thought he didn't say that. He said, what are you doing? What are you talking about? And then one of the crowd answered and said, teacher, I brought you my son who has a mute spirit, and wherever it seizes him, it throws him down, and he foams in the mouth and gnashes his teeth. He becomes rigid. So I spoke to your boys here, and they couldn't do nothing about it. Let me tell you what that says. Jesus, your friends are worthless, man. They can't do like you do. Look at me real quick. Some of y'all in this room are Jesus in this story. You are the one that all of your friends come to. You are the rock that they lean on. You are the one they call. You are the one they text. You are the one they depend on. You are the rock in those relationships for a reason. Jesus said to Peter, upon this rock I'll build my church. The whole church founded on one guy who messed up real big. Remember the whole rooster thing? So just because you made a mistake tonight does not mean that you are not the rock of your family anymore. I'm gathering around my boys. I'm talking about Satan coming at you. I'm like, Satan, leave him alone. I'm going to give you some truth. Listen to the truth bomb. Here it comes. He answered and said, O faithless generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I bear with you? Bring him to me. Then he brought him to him, and when he saw him, immediately the spirit convulsed and fell He did all the stuff that the dad said he did. See that? So he asked his father, how long has he been like this? He said, from childhood. And he's thrown in the boat. You don't think he knew that? You don't think Jesus knew that? Isn't that weird how he asks us stuff and leads us into stuff like, don't you know this stuff, God? He knows our needs before we ask, but he still wants us to talk to him. And he said that. So he just like that. He said, okay. He said from childhood, and he often throws himself in the fire to destroy him. He was afraid of that. But if you can do anything, have compassion on us and help us. And Jesus said, if you can believe, all things are possible to him who believes. Immediately, the father of the child cried out with tears, Lord, I believe, help my unbelief. And Jesus saw the people came running together, and rebuked the unclean spirit, saying to it, deaf and dumb spirit, I command you, come out of him and enter him no more. The spirit cried out, convulsed him greatly, and came out of him, and became as one dead, so that many said, he is dead. But Jesus took him by the hand and lifted him up, and he arose. And when he had come into the house, his disciples asked him privately. Lots of people like to come to me privately. That's okay. I don't mind. Look at me real quick. I've been talking to a person at work who's ashamed to go to her pastor. Afraid to tell her pastor she's got struggles. Let me tell you something. You can't come tell me something. How are you going to stand in front of God and tell him? I ain't nothing but a dude, just like you are. Well, you're not some of y'all are dudes. You get the point, Marcy. Why could we not cast it out? He said to them, this kind can come out by nothing but prayer and fasting. You can be seated, and may God bless you, your arthritis, the reading of the Word, your checking account, your toaster, your toilet paper, your grandkids, and any other. Now watch this. He comes to defend his friends, and he has to take over the situation. His friends leave the narrative of the story. We lose touch with the disciples because Jesus shows up. He had to come fix everything for everybody. That's what he always did. People would die, he'd come fix it. People would be sick, he'd come fix it. They called on Jesus to come fix stuff. Unbelievers came. The Roman soldier. He had no faith in Israel. Remember, he said, my servant said, Jesus said, all right, let's go. And he said, no, dude, you do it from right here. I know you. I've seen you work. You do it right there. Just say it, he'll be healed. Jesus said, you right. You right. And he turned around to his friends, and he said, friends, I wish y'all believed like this dude I don't know. Here's how it came out of his face, though. I haven't seen faith like this in all of Israel. Guess what? All 12 of his boys were from Israel. I wish you boys had much love of me as this Roman does. Does anybody remember what kind of soldiers nailed him to a cross? Oh, Roman ones. How can a murderer of our Savior have more faith than his followers? Isn't that weird? I mean, even the world falls apart and runs the church. I mean, when 9/11 happened, the whole church was full. Every church was full. Every altar was full. Every pew was full. Bibles were flying off the shelf. People were, oh, Jesus, everything. American flags and Christian flags everywhere. It went nuts as soon as God fixed it. They're not his friend anymore. A true friend, Jim, is there when I'm up, there when I'm down. You know, let me tell you the real value of a true friend. How you treat me when I've got nothing. How you treat me when I'm a burden to you. That is the value of a friend. If I got nothing to offer you but me and maybe take from you, huh? Remember the old days before all the break-ins and burglaries, you could actually leave doors unlocked and have neighbors come over without cameras pointed at them? Yeah. And you could borrow sugar and stuff? Wasn't that a neat feeling to be able to share? And you loved your neighbors and you knew your neighbors. And I'm not saying who was the name of the man that were moving the other day, and it threw me off. Trying to help him out a little bit, and the lady came from across the street to meet her new neighbors. I almost threw up on my shirt. I couldn't believe the neighbor came over. I thought, because in this modern world, I'm in my little compartment, you're in your little compartment, I've got my friends, I don't need it anymore, and we just block everybody out. Huh? I've got a neighbor that's lived next to me for a couple of years now. I couldn't do a police sketch of him. Every time I go outside, they see me, they grab their kids and run in like I'm Charles Manson. He's got long hair and hippie too. Amen. He's like a real good redneck. Got two cars that don't run and one that might. Amen? But let me tell you some truth today. In that garden, he'd already experienced this. They let him down over and over. And Judas, oh my God, Judas, what a friend. Can you imagine the feeling in Judas' gut when Jesus looked him in the eye and said, hey friend, go do what you must. And Judas knew exactly what he meant and was so set. What a good friend. You can tell you how you lose friends? Money. They tell you don't hire a friend, don't hire a family, don't sell up to friends or family. That's how you go wrong. You ain't never going to be hurt like you're hurt by your friends and family. Nobody will hurt you like your friends and family because you love them. You count on them. The relationship is important. Guess what? No one will ever hurt you in your faith like a church member. And if I was the devil, I would come between all of y'all and mess up these relationships one at a time. I would pit him against her and him against her, and I'd have them two fighting right there. And I would start off small. I'd get Amanda mad over here, Jackie mad at Meemaw, because you know Meemaw be messing up. And I said, I can't get Jeff to get mad at Crazy Sharon. That ain't hard. But I'm not just going to pinch it against each other. Do you understand how it works? He takes friendships and breaks them apart. And if we're built on the solid rock of Jesus Christ, like our shirts tell us, the foundation the builders rejected, if we're true friends and we're built on Christ, we can endure that kind of stuff. He's looked at us and given us commands, and we've ignored them and we slept through stuff. Some people literally sleep through church. I'll get my phone out next time. I ain't do that here. Look at this story, though. He walks up there. The situation is bad. So your situation is bad. There's a boy right here. He's having convulsions and stuff. I mean, he's like a 12-year-old at a concert or something, just watching his little teeny bopper on the stage. He's excited. You remember the feeling when your mom was cooking something all day and she finally calls your name and it's time to eat? Do you remember the feeling that you had? That excitement, remember that feeling? And you're hungry, and you could probably just eat a whole meal. And when Mama says your name, Arnold, it's ready. I'm 37 years old, and I still get that feeling when Jackie said, y'all come on. That's Jackie's way of saying it's done. I will knock my kids over. It's like a Tasmanian devil. That feeling's exciting. I'm about to get fed. They were looking at these people going, heal my boy, heal my boy, heal my boy, heal my boy. And they're like, oh my God, I don't know how, oh my God. And this is the modern day version of that. Help me pray, help me, lead me to Jesus, I'm lost, I'm trying to find faith. Well, let me take you to my pastor. And the preacher shows up and bails you out. Not a good combination. Just like this story, ain't it? You ain't got to like me for me to be right. You got to love me, though, because you're my brother and you call me friend. I heard some of y'all call me friend. So what happens in this story? What happens in this story is he comes and bails his boys out. Can you imagine Jesus walking up? Can you imagine him walking up and they're yelling at his friends? What would you do if somebody's yelling at your friends? You came into work and somebody's yelling at your friends and they're upset, or are you going to go, oh, Vicky's having some problems. Oh, Tommy's having some problems. Oh, Bobby's really getting a 3rd degree there. Well, let me get some coffee. No, you're going to go, hey! Why are you coming out of a boy like that? And if you're a girl, earring, watch, ring. Every one of y'all, as soon as you get mad, earrings come off. You ain't breaking them things. You got them from now on. And you ain't breaking them things. She had them since 1900. And they're coming off. Because you're thinking, I'm rocking her head, she's rocking mine. Y'all get violent. Mama bear. You ain't got a kid to go mama bear on people. Prisons are full of y'all. Amen? But watch this thought. You see somebody you love being attacked. When you love them, you just jump on their defense and you don't even know what's going on. Be honest. If you saw somebody beating me up in the parking lot, you would not assume that I started it. You would immediately go, I don't care what happened, you ain't hitting Brother Matthew, right? I would hope you would do that. Because I'm pretty sure you know that my lifestyle doesn't mean that people are trying to kill me. You would think, well, something's wrong. They're hitting the preacher. If you go to the parking lot and somebody wearing out Brother Herb, good luck with that, but you wouldn't go, well, I wonder what Herb did. You know, he's hitting him, you go, Brother Herb, what'd you do? Right? You're going to know by his character that's wrong. So Jesus walks up and says, well, these are my boys. Don't you know he already knew? This entire lesson was for his friends. He said, you boys ain't praying, you're not fasting. You're not living the life. You're just going around with all the pomp and circumstance, and you want the miracles and services. I can't wait to voice my complaint, they say. I waved my finger at Kathleen because she typed 3 instead of 0. I can't wait to catch her on this. Kathleen, really? Trying to have church or a business? If it's a business of saving souls. We should be friends with one mission. What happens? He bails them out. Why are you yelling at my boys? Some people you just don't yell at. So they're upset, and it tells them why. And Jesus called them out. Can you imagine the shame that they felt? And he fixed it. And then privately they come back. There's some things that you're going to say to me in private. No one ever just out loud stands up in prayer meeting and says, I've been sober for 12 years, but I took a drink and got really drunk last night. Those are one of those moments you're going to come to me with tears in your eyes, your lips going to be quivering, and you're not going to know the first word to say. Have you ever been so heartbroken and depressed, you can't even think of the first word to say to God? Have you ever been there? You messed up so bad, you go, God, I don't even know what to pray right now. You ever been there? Let me tell you the truth. We all have. It's just hard to admit it. You say, God, this is not in my character. I can't believe I did this. Father, I don't know what I'm thinking. This is not who I am. This is not in my nature. I'm a new person. I'm a new creature. I'm your friend. You call me friend, and your friends don't do the stuff I just did today. Father, forgive me. You ain't got to go talk to a man in the box. You ain't got to come find me. You can talk straight to the Savior. Isn't that great? You are a friend of God. Direct access to the throne. There's sometimes you come to me because you confide in me. If they ever find out a way to print people's brains, you're all in trouble. I know a lot of stuff. But I keep that confidence for a reason. If you come steal something to me, it ain't leaving this head. Would that be terrible if Linda came and said, you know, I've got a problem, I steal shovels. Every time I go to Home Depot, I'll steal a shovel. I said, well, then let's pray about it. Keep between us. We'll work on your stuff, your shovel stealing. You know, and every time I go to Home Depot, I'll be watching the shovel rack. Linda, no. There'd be something about it. Just went up to a cop and said, hey, I'm not saying who, but you might want to go check the shovel rack. And here come the cops. And there's Linda. And down she goes, and she's going to go, the only person I told. And she loses all confidence in me. The reason God gave me what this is called a pastor's heart. And God, I've heard some stuff. Sometimes, let me tell you what I'm trying to tell you. You are my friend. I have heard some crazy mess in this time I've been at Baptist church. You'd be really hard. You'd have to try hard to say something to make me go. I've heard some crazy stuff. Listen, you don't get it. Crazy stuff. Sometimes it's hard for me not to go. But here's the reason why. God gave me a pastor's heart. Because here's my thinking. Christian, you put it on me and let me hear your burden, and you vent to me. Your husband ain't got to hear it. Your friends ain't got to hear it in this church, and you can go be a Christian because you got it off your chest. God, let me be that burden bearer. If your pastor's not doing that, you ain't got a good pastor. Some pastors are unreachable, untouchable. I've seen it. I've been there. Amen. He's gone. I've been there. I know a lot of them. People come to counsel with your pastor because theirs won't talk to them. I've done weddings for people because the church is too big. Here's what I'm going to say to you tonight. End of the story. Here it comes. Live a good, godly life. In spite of your situation. Praise Him anyway. Thank Him anyway. Be God's friend. Because the world, if anybody's treating you bad, it's the world. God is not. God is not the one that created the mess for Him. He might be allowing it. He's trying to teach His friends a lesson. Like He was here. Back then, I'm about to get real, Marcia. I really enjoyed having you. I'm going to miss you after I say this. We always think of fasting. We always think of, if you're in Sunday school, you know where I'm going with this. We always think of fasting we associate it with food. Always. Because that's what they had. Back then, they didn't have all the stuff we have now. Think about all the stuff you can fast and give God more time. Quit looking at Facebook. Quit watching NCIS. Stop going to a sporting convention where they can't afford it anyway. Okay? I'm just telling you there's things you can do. So if you can fast something other than food, people always think food. But back then, that's all they had. They'd give God, they would not eat to show God how serious they were. Wonder what you're doing to show God how good a friend you are. How serious are you as a friend of God? What are you willing to give up? We will sacrifice all kinds of stuff. People go get loans to buy Christmas presents. But they go to the tithe and offering and go, instead of $5, I'll keep that. You get a loan for Christmas presents, but you can't give God nothing? You go spend 4 hours at the ballpark watching your grandkids, but you can't come to church for an hour and a half? Am I getting real? Is it getting real? Am my friend talking to friends? Sometimes you got to get real with your friends. What are we giving up? How serious are we at showing God we're friends? What are we giving up to give Him more of us? I wonder. Now you're real, man. I like this. Because you're going to hear this last part. Mommy, better get up there. I hear footsteps. How many of y'all remember the story in the book of Acts about Ananias and Sapphira and what happened to them? You remember that story? Anybody? Remember what happened? So, rough draft here. We don't know what we want, so we can play it better hurry. She's in the round. So the deal was the whole church was going to come together and pitch in everything. They said, look, we're just starting out. Never had a church before. Don't know how to do church. I don't know how much money Jeff's got. I don't know how much money I got. We know Kathleen's rolling. You know, Sharon, she's rolling. She cracked her head. We're just going to throw it all in the pot. Everybody said, yeah, we're going to throw it all in the pot. We're just going to throw it into the church. You know what I mean? We're going to travel and do ministry. We're all going to pitch in. Yeah. So they all sold their stuff. And these two are like, okay, I sold it, I got this X amount of dollars, I'm going to give most of the dollars. They get called out by someone who was supposed to be their friend. So people don't like it when the preacher's sermon calls them out. And the easy stuff is okay. Well, yeah, I struggle with anger and road rage. Well, those are easy. But when I dig off in your pocket and say, what are you sacrificing? Yeah, it gets a little real, I think. That's when people get mad and find a new church. That's what happens there. They said, did you give all of that? Because my spirit tells me, because the preacher knows you. The preacher said, did you give all of it? Oh yeah, we gave all of it. Dead. Later on, his wife comes up and they say, hey woman, your husband said y'all gave all. Did you give all? And he said, before you say anything, the men who buried your husband are standing at the door. You think that'd be enough for her to go, wait, buried my husband? Do what? My husband's dead? She took another opportunity to lie one more time. Her husband just said, your husband is dead. And what'd she do? I'm guarding my money. Yeah, we gave it all. What's God got to do to get our attention? So don't get mad at me. Don't do you any good. It's not my Bible. It's not my message. I'm not the one that said fast and pray. He did. So I want you to sacrifice something. Sacrifice this altar call. Start with this altar call. Pray for that friend. Better yet, pray for an enemy who should be a friend. Think of the person you cannot stand. Blessed are those who are persecuted for His name's sake. Come on. Getting real. Pray for somebody you can't stand. Sacrifice this. This is the time you normally come down here and say, God, meet me out. Meet me out. Guilty. Right now, let's pray for somebody else. So do this. Stand with me. Let's just say you're here tonight and you say, I have no enemies, Brother Matthew. I'm an amazing person and everybody loves me. That's great. That's great. Good. Brother Matthew, I ain't even mad at you right now, man. You know, you're just, that sermon right over my head. I know Marcy didn't, but I'm good. Say some truth here. If you really have nobody that you need to pray for, how about you come up here and pray for somebody who's sick in this church? I ain't seen Scott Long in a long time. I'd like to see him back in here. Pray for him. Tammy's struggling, her medicine stuff's not working good, you know. Having a hard time getting the treatments like she needs to. Staying sick. Charles Haynes still recovering, isn't that right? Got some battles he's hurling over. Sherry's been struggling with some breathing issues. Don't pray for somebody that ain't you. Sacrifice this small thing. Sacrifice this little 10-minute block for somebody other than you. But when you leave here, and I say amen, I don't want you to misunderstand me and think I want you to bring a bigger tithe on Sunday. This church is doing fine. Look at your life. See if you got more friends in the world and you spend more time with them than you do with God. Not me judging you. You judging you. If you got more time with the world than you got with God, you need to fix it. So if that's your prayer tonight, whatever your prayer is, it needs to be somebody else or your Savior. So let's sacrifice this moment. You can already come. This altar's already open. Give God this moment. Lord, I normally pray for me, but I'm going to pray for so-and-so. Lift them up.